Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. We are gathered here today to say some nice things about ourselves. This is your daily reminder that you're awesome, and we are going to remind ourselves of that right now. I want to say thank you so much to the folks who share this stream. You guys are doing an amazing job, amazing work. We are reaching about 1,000 people a week, which is just so cool. Only about 15 or so will tune in live to the stream, and over the course of the rest of the week, we get another 985 people who tune in. The power of the internet, it's astounding to me. Anyways, just want to say thank you so much to the folks who are sharing this today. Anyways, we are going to be working with my I Am deck this morning, and this deck is full of positive affirmations. We're going to go through an affirmation today. I'm going to ask you if you are the affirmation on the card. You're going to respond, I am the affirmation on the card. Then we're going to write it down in chat and affirm it for each other. And the reason that this is so effective is because we act from a sense of identity. Everybody acts from a sense of identity. Some people more so than others, but we act based on who we believe that we are, rather than what our actual life experiences would often suggest. So let's pull one off the top of the deck and let's see what we are today. So let's affirm today that I am resourceful. I am resourceful. I use creative methods to construct the best possible life. So I am resourceful. I use creative methods to construct the best possible life. So, are you resourceful? You are resourceful. You use creative methods to construct the best possible life. Put that down and write that down in the comments that I am resourceful, and I encourage you to write that down in the comments as well. So hearing me say it is one level of understanding and belief. Writing it down is a totally different one. It 10x's it. And affirming it for other people allows us to see it in ourselves. So when we write it down, we really, really help to supercharge this. And so many people struggle with an internal dialogue that's negative. So people have their internal demons that are just saying really crappy things all the time. And the fact is that as we say nice things about ourselves, if we have a positive internal monologue going on, then the negative internal monologue just doesn't have any room to take root. So I am resourceful. I use creative methods to construct the best possible life. I was attending a Tony Robbins seminar once, and it was about business. And he said, what is the greatest resource in business? And people thought about it and thought about money or talent or the things that, like capital. And what he said was really interesting to me. He said, the greatest resource is resourcefulness, to be able to find a resource, to be able to see resources where other people don't see any. And I really took that to heart because at the time I was living in Costa Rica, and I was babysitting houses essentially. And so I got to live in these beautiful, beautiful homes that I was getting paid to live in. And I thought to myself, wow, I was able to use some of my own resources, the resources of being bilingual, the resources of being able to reach a different demographic than the people around me could. And I was able to use that and parlay it into a really unique business that was actually one of the most successful ones that I ran down there. And my resourcefulness and creativity is really what had landed me in these beautiful, beautiful homes. And it was more than it was more than my education or that my capital could have ever bought, but rather it was just opening my eyes to the resources that were all around me. And in intervening years, I was able to use resources in all kinds of creative ways and put together amazing, beautiful lives, and be able to really just test drive so many of my dreams and decide what of them that I liked and what of them I didn't, specifically because I was resourceful. So when I lived on Maui, I was able to use the connections that I had to purchase a used tour bus from a company that was getting rid of them and actually convert it into a house. So instead of spending $2, $3, $4,000 a month on rent, which is exactly what I had been doing, I was able to just buy something and for basically like $20,000, completely convert this into a home, and it paid for itself in months and was completely life changing for me. And so I was able to put things together creatively in order to live a totally different and much better life. My life on Maui would have been very different had I had that not happened. And so I am resourceful, and I recognize that the people around me are resourceful too. I recognize that we are resourceful, that we are living lives that are truly exceptional. I find that I'm surrounded by the coolest people on the planet. And how is that possible? Well, it's because these people, the people that I'm surrounded by, which includes you, if you're watching this, are able to put together the elements of our lives in a different way. In fact, that's the whole crux of lifestyle design, is to put together the elements of our lives in a different way than the people around us. See, the world teaches us that the only way to get ahead is just to have more money and work harder, have more money. Well, that's wonderful, and that's very much that's excellent at serving the people who control money and the people who control finance. But it doesn't really serve us all that well because there are so many other better ways of doing life, and there are some things that money can't buy. I uh, I once heard that the best things in life are free, and the second best things in life cost a lot of money. And it's very interesting because we are marketed the second best things in life because, well, you can't make money on the best things in life. So, anyway, the fact is that that our resourcefulness permits us to just put things together in a creative way. So as we go through life today, let's go through life with our eyes open for what are the resources that we have and how can we set those things up in such a way that it is conducive to our dreams. I love the way the light is coming in right now. My whole background has just disappeared. It's just me, baby. How cool is that? I guess one of the resources that I should invest in is a light, but right now I'm using the resource of the sun to dynamically change the light. It's so interesting. Anyhow, I am resourceful, and thank you guys so much for engaging with each other. And I'm just watching the comments fly past. It's such a cool thing. It's wonderful. One of the resources that we have is each other, and one of the greatest resources that we have are each other. The fact is that the resources that I've been able to put together in life and that you've been able to put together in life are not resources that we buy. Oftentimes, they're resources that we could not have bought for any amount of money. So I want to say thank you guys so very much for attending the wake up call today. This is your daily reminder that you're awesome, and I really appreciate you being here. You guys are truly the reason that I get out of bed in the morning. So we are resourceful today, and let's go be resourceful. If you need the resource of these affirmations that are organized in a better way, you can go over to my YouTube channel, which is linked in the video description. And until then, aloha from paradise.